Welcome to a short flying video with Flight Level 180. I fly out of a busy Class D airport in the Phoenix area, and most of the time it's really slammed. There's dozens of trainers, some jets, some turboprops, and a lot of other airplanes flying in and out of here. And you spend a lot of time just waiting, in the run-up area and holding short to get a space to take off. I'm the sort of pilot that gets off the ground really fast when I'm ready to go. Basically, when I pull up to the line, I've got everything ready. All I'm doing is I'm pushing in the mixture and pushing in the throttle and pulling onto the runway, and I'm off. And because of this, I've always wondered, how can I communicate this to the tower and get off the ground more quickly? In other words, how can I communicate to them that I will not be a problem if they say cleared for takeoff and I won't be slow getting off the ground? So a couple weeks ago, I visited the tower on our field, and I asked one of the controllers, how can I let you know that I'm 100% ready to go without annoying you? And he gave me a pretty interesting response. So let's see that technique in action. This is earlier today. I'm in a Cessna 172S. I'm doing a training flight with an instructor, and I'm going to use that technique, and then I'll explain to you what I did.
Chandler Tower, Skyhawk 428 Delta Whiskey, holding short of 4 left at Delta, can accept no delay.
Cessna 428 Delta Whiskey, Chandler Tower, hold short, runway 4 left.
Hold short 4 left, 8 Delta Whiskey.
Super.
So the key part of what I said there is can accept no delay, which implies that I am absolutely ready to go. If he says clear for takeoff, no delay, that I'm going to be out on the runway within a few seconds and off the ground in 20 or so seconds. So that's really the message I'm trying to give him, and I'm also trying to imply by making a good call that I'm competent and I've got my act together. So now let's see what happens. Do I get a no delay takeoff clearance?
Cessna 428 Delta Whiskey, no delay, make a left down departure, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 4 left, no delay, left down with departure 8 Delta Whiskey.
Archer 779er, traffic ahead on final for runway 4 right, Cherokee.
And away we go. And so it's a pretty nice technique. I've used it a few times and it works beautifully. When they can sneak me out and they trust me, they'll send me on my way. So maybe it's something you can use. I'm not a flight instructor, so I recommend you discuss it with your flight instructor. Anything you hear in these videos before using it in actual real life, but maybe something to consider. Hope that helped you, and I'll see you in the next video. Flight Level 180 signing off. And before we wrap this up, let's add some comments here. This is the second time I posted this video. The first time I got a lot of great comments, but I also got some comments that weren't so great, and I'd like to address those. We had some low-time CFIs that were questioning the phraseology the controllers recommended. And let me just tell you, these controllers are some of the most experienced and best controllers in the world. This airport where I'm flying out of in this video is one of the 10 busiest GA airports in the world, has hundreds to thousands of airport movements in a day, has guys that are been in the tower for approaching 20 years and are some of the best in the business. If these guys agree on what the correct phraseology is, I'm sorry, CFI, you're just not correct. I would go with what the ATC guys say. Second comment I got is when I was sitting there, I was checking all my switches to make sure everything was correctly configured while I was sitting there waiting. And I got some comments that, oh, you should just sit there and not touch anything. Well, here's my personal opinion. I have a lot of hours and a lot of pretty good experience. If you're sitting there doing nothing at the end of the runway, do something positive. check your flight plan on the GPS. Make sure you've thought through all of your steps if there's an engine failure on takeoff. Check your switches, check everything, because you never know what might happen, and by spending a little extra time figuring out what you need to do or what's going to happen, you're going to be better prepared to make the flight. I just really don't agree with that comment at all, that you should just sit on your thumbs while you're sitting there waiting for the flight to go. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I have another one coming out soon. I think you'll really enjoy it. Catch you in the next one.